Hi, welcome to this training. Welcome to the very first session of a series that we're going to be having. Okay, and the aim of this training is to introduce you to graphic design using Photoshop. Be you a beginner, an absolute beginner who knows nothing about Adobe Photoshop or who knows nothing about graphic design, trust me, after going through this course, this training, you would be able to attempt and to deliver on any graphic design project. All right. For others, if you are among the category of persons who have been designing with other softwares and you're trying to transition into Photoshop, this training is also perfect for you. All right. By way of introduction, graphic design is all around us. Okay. If you look all around you right now, trust me, I'm very sure that you would find graphic design just around you. It could be the cover of a book. It could be the packaging of your cereal. It could be a CD plate cover. It could be on your television, the logo of your favorite channel, the title of the movie and whatnot. On your clothing, on your t-shirt. Graphic design is all around you, okay? And if I am to ask you what graphic design is, if you go online, go to Google and search, you will see all manner of definitions, okay? But I wouldn't want to bore you with definitions. What I'll have to do is just go straight to breaking down graphic design for you so that you understand the nitty-gritty of graphic design, okay? So graphic design is split into two. As you can see, we have the graphic aspect and we have the design aspect. The graphic aspect has to do with the visual component, okay? And it's associated with art, imagination and expression. Okay, take note, art. Okay, it has to be artistic, and then it has a lot to do with your imagination and how you express this imagination. Okay, so the graphic part of graphic design is made up of the visual elements. Okay, and this includes line, color, shape, texture. Okay, and then through the way you express this, your artistic nature, okay, you will be able to choose what visual elements to use per time and how to arrange them on a surface in a layout to convey an idea. Very important. You are conveying an idea. So if you are designing and your design is not solving a problem, is not conveying a message or an idea, then that design is really not useful. All right. No matter how beautiful it is, it has to be conveying an idea. Okay. So there's the design aspect, which is associated with thinking. So a lot of thinking goes into design. A lot of thinking, problem solving. Like I said, it has to be conveying an idea. It has to be solving a problem. It has to be passing a message. Okay. And practicality. So in graphic design, there are rules. Okay, there are rules that apply in every endeavor in life, in different disciplines in life. There are rules. Okay, so also in graphic designs, and in graphic design, these rules are called the principles of design. All right, and the key principles of design include contrast, hierarchy, alignment, balance, proximity, repetition, simplicity, and function. We'll look at all these in details. Okay, so like I said, in every aspect of life, in every discipline, there are rules. But I want you to take note of something here. Rules are meant to be broken. Okay, so you don't need to just stick to rules. Yes, as a beginner starting out, you need to go through following these rules. Okay, so they guide you to improve over time. But over time, you might need to break these rules. All right, so I just needed to put that in so you have it at the back of your mind so that when you are designing, it's not as if you have to stick to these rules. All right, if you feel the need to break any rule per time to convey the message that you want to convey, then go ahead and break it, as long as it does not deter from the general design itself. All right, okay, so graphic design, like I was saying, isn't just about making things pretty. Okay, it's not just about painting or a flyer or a billboard or a logo design. No, it has to be conveying a message. It has to be passing an information. It has to be telling a story. Okay, so it is the organization. See, organization in emphasis and presentation of information which has been developed through a creative process for a particular function. So there is a function that it has, that it is particular about. Okay, so and also take note of through a creative process. There's a creative process, and I said earlier, a lot of thinking goes into graphic design. So you are going to be learning these whole processes, which will make you a professional in no time. There are so many people that have been designing for years that don't even have this information that you are going to get. So I want to assure you that you are receiving the best of information and knowledge that will help you in no time start creating amazing designs, professional looking designs that people will even wonder how many years you've been learning graphic design. Yeah. All right. So in graphic design, we must first understand information, a message, or a brief. So I'm still stressing this. Before you even start designing anything, you need to ask yourself, what is your design about? What's the message that you'll be passing in this design? All right. What's the information you are passing across? Okay, because many eyes will be looking at your design. So you want to create that impression that is intended by that design. All right. If your design is passing the wrong message or information, then it is useless. Okay, no matter how beautiful the color combination is, no matter how beautiful the design is, if it is passing the wrong message, then it's not playing its own part. All right. Okay, so we research, we think, a lot of thinking. All right, we imagine and develop or create a solution based off the information and the message that we want to pass. Okay, so a concept in order to communicate that information. Okay, so like I said, first off, you understand the information you're about to pass, then you research. Okay, you think, you imagine, develop, and create a solution or a concept that you want to communicate across. Okay, you are telling a story, you are passing a message or an idea, and all of this is done in a visual way. All right, so graphic design is visual. Okay, yeah. So it is only when we have a solid idea, okay, developed through a creative process, we can then use our skills, all the skills you'll be learning about layout, color, typography, and all the creative tools that Photoshop offers. It is only then you will use all of this to bring that idea to life. But you need to have a solid idea. If your idea is not making sense, no matter how skillful you are, the design as a whole will not also be making sense. So first off, I want to stress it here that you as a human being, you as a creative entity, you are the most important tool. All right, you are the most important tool. How imaginative you are, how creative you are, will go a long way to determining how successful a graphic designer you would be, dishing out very creative and compelling, eye-catching designs. All right. Okay, so it's only when you have that idea, you have to sit down, think it through, have that idea, develop a creative process. Okay. Go through the thinking process before you can now apply all the skills, layout, and combine everything that you know to bring that idea to life. Okay. So graphic design job spans through different areas: advertising, branding, web design, interface design, magazine layout, TV motion, graphics, signage, and a whole lot. All right. So this is a skill that you should have. And I'm glad that you're taking this training. All right. So I'm sure you are aware that there are several other softwares that could be used to design graphics. Okay. Adobe Illustrator is one, CorelDRAW, Inkscape, and several others. But we are sticking to Adobe Photoshop because of the wide array of abilities and capabilities that it has, the functions, all right, which you'll be seeing subsequently in as we go along the training. Okay, so this will be the end of this introduction to graphic design. Okay, so this is introduction to graphic design. I believe you have a basic foundation now to proceed. Our next session will be on the Photoshop interface. See you then.